Echoes in the files. Port Harcourt, Nigeria, late 2003. The small office at the Rivers State CID smelled of dust, paper, and old sweat. Ceiling fans whirred lazily above a pile of files stacked on DSP Michael Owuru's desk. He'd been working since dawn, his shirt sleeves rolled up, coffee gone cold. Before him lay 12 folders, each bearing the same word on the spine, missing. He had underlined every case that ended near the old bridge. The more he looked, the less it felt random. He opened the first folder again, Ngozi Dike, missing June 2001. Then Ochukwa Im, October 2001. Then Nena Okiri, 2002. Different victims. Different years. But every one of them last seen within walking distance of the bridge. A map of patterns. Owuru stood and spread a city map on the table. He marked each victim's last known location with a red pen. The dots clustered tightly along one line, the narrow stretch of road leading to the abandoned Eleki Bridge. Each incident occurred at night. Each on a Friday or Saturday. He leaned back, thinking. If this were a ghost, it keeps a good schedule, he muttered. Sergeant Musa, his junior, chuckled nervously. So, NA only you fit talk like that. People for that area say the place cursed. Owuru tapped the map. Curses don't follow patterns. Killers do. Digging through the files. He began rereading statements from witnesses, the same paragraphs repeated across years. I heard a scream but saw nothing. The light on the bridge went off that night. A man in a white apron used to sell roasted meat near there. That last line stopped him. He skimmed through 5 different cases, and in 3, witnesses mentioned a meat vendor who sold suya by the roadside, just a few meters from the bridge. In each file, the vendor's name was listed the same way. Benedict Okoro, occupation, butcher. Owuru frowned. The butcher's stall. He circled the name, underlined it twice. The man had given statements before, casual ones, about hearing nothing unusual. But somehow, he appeared near half of the missing person cases. That couldn't be chance. Visiting the bridge. 2 days later, Owuru and Sergeant Musa visited the area. The sun hung low over the swamp, painting everything in a dirty gold. Flies buzzed, and the smell of roasting meat floated from a small wooden stall beside the bridge. The vendor, a stout, bald man in his 40s, was cutting strips of beef, his knife movement slow and precise. He looked up as they approached, sweat glistening on his forehead. Evening, officers. UWAN chop suya? Owuru showed his ID. Not today. You're Benedict Okoro? Yes, sir. But everybody here call me Benji. Owuru studied him. The man's smile didn't reach his eyes. You've been selling here long. Since before the new expressway opened, maybe 10, 12 years. You must have seen a lot. Ever notice anything strange at night? Benji shrugged. Only stories, so. People talk say ghosts stay for water. I no believe that nonsense. Owuru nodded. Still, if you remember anything, any noise, any fight, call me. He handed over a card. As he turned to leave, he noticed something odd. Behind the stall was a patch of ground darker than the rest, where the soil looked recently disturbed. A witness returns. That night, back at the station, Owuru's phone rang. It was Chika Nwosu. Detective, I think I found something. They met at a roadside cafe near Mile 1. Chika carried a folder filled with printouts and clippings. I went through local news archives, he said, sliding papers across the table. This man, Benedict Okoro, used to work at the Rivers meat processing plant. He was dismissed in 1996 for, well, look here. Owuru read the report. Employee terminated after multiple complaints of unsanitary practices, including disposing of animal remains improperly. That plant, Chika continued, was just a few kilometers from the same bridge. Owuru's eyes narrowed. He stayed close to where he started. Chika nodded. And you know the strangest part? In one of the missing person cases, the fishermen's, someone reported seeing smoke coming from near the bridge around midnight. Smelled like roasted meat. Connecting the dots. Owuru spread Chika's findings beside his own map. The pattern tightened, every incident clustered near Benji's stall. Victims always vanished on weekends, when the stall was busiest. Some disappeared after stopping to buy suya. One woman's sister even mentioned her last call, "I'm grabbing something to eat by the bridge." That was the last she ever said. Owuru felt a chill. "Musa," he said quietly, "we're not chasing ghosts. We're chasing a man who knows how to hide bodies." The decision. By the week's end, Owuru had authorization to conduct a targeted search under the bridge. He brought in divers, local engineers, and forensics officers. The plan: drain part of the river's shallow basin to see what lay beneath. The operation was set for the following Monday. But on Sunday night, before the team arrived, a storm rolled in, heavy rain, thunder shaking the bridge like bones rattling in a drum. And beneath it all, those who lived nearby swore they heard it again, the voices. "Please, help." Only this time, someone claimed they also heard a man's voice, low, rasping, as if replying, "You'll all be quiet soon." The calm before the draining. Morning came bright and cloudless. Owuru stood on the bridge, watching the river churn with leftover rain. Chika joined him, notebook in hand. "You really think you'll find something down there?" he asked. "If I'm wrong, the city gets peace. If I'm right," Owuru looked toward Benji's stall, "then the river's been keeping our dead." Below them, the water gleamed dark and still,